Welcome, Galactic Spirits, and welcome to your adventure into the 13 days of storm energy. It's a brilliant energy which allows us to reveal our inner truths. In essence, we are breaking down information and our baggage and our behavioral patterns. They're not of service to us, so we can break through and transform ourselves into a new energy. So that's what we're talking about today. So first of all, that's ultimately the focus of today's energy. We're also going to remind us about the galactic spirit, what's our purpose, where we've gone, where we are going, and I'm going to give you some tips for how to really get the best use out of the storm energy, as well as all of the 20 archetypes that are our galactic birthrights that help us evolve our consciousness and ever evolve our consciousness. Here's a quick tip. Every time you go around and experience one of these 20 emojis, these life transforming expressions of your innate self, you can go deeper and deeper into your spiritual self and really have lots of revelations. And that's what self-invention is with our storm energy today. We're also going to do a storm meditation in the 360 degrees of galactic time and space, so you'll be able to drop into this energy whenever you need it. And let's say, and this is one example right now, let's say you are right in the middle of a breakdown. So what happens is, if you can take the emoji, the glyph that was left to us in the stone carvings, and bring it into our conscious mind. And we're going to talk about little secrets to do that in a minute. Bring this energy into your conscious mind. You'll be able to remember all of the energies of storm and bring in a little teeny mini meditation for 2 minutes into your consciousness. And so we're going to lock and anchor those energies in together, that you will be able to take that breakdown energy that you are receiving from external forces that you're maybe being reactive to, and learn to look at it from another way, having the thunder roll and the thunder awaken you and the rain to wash it away and the lightning to strike to like jar your enlightenment back into consciousness. So there's a little tip that you can start thinking about when you start working with galactic spirit. So what is the galactic spirit purpose? It is so easy to remember. When you pay attention to the galactic energy of the day, and there are micro energies, and we're going to talk about these just briefly. Right, for example, right now we are in the 13-day, let's do it now. We're in the by the way, everybody, this is stream of consciousness. So you get what you get, and I got lots in my head. And one of the things that I work on doing with my galactic spirit work, and that's what we do when we practice, is to compartmentalize. So let's just review where we are. There's a 13-day cycle, and there happens to be 20 of those 13-day cycles, and we are in storm right now. And of the 13 days, and here is this, let me go up, and you can see these energies on galacticspirit.com. They're there for you for free. Just go ahead and you'll be able to see day 1, day 2, day 3 of this 13-day cycle. And of the entire 13 days of storm, there are fractal energies of all of the other 20 emojis that we have already discussed in the wheel, because we keep on going around and around in the wheel in this brilliant system that is consistent, and the consistency of it helping to evolve you will be able to come forward when we do one at a time. And one at a time, we are breaking down to break through during this 13 days to reveal inner truths. So why am I repeating myself all the time? The reason why I like to repeat myself is because one day you're going to be able to anchor all these little tips that I'm giving you. And by anchoring these little tips, what is the purpose? You'll be able to have an aha moment. Aha, that's the energy that or the information that I filed away back into my subconscious mind, which I didn't really understand at the time. That's number one. And number two, be able to draw in the emoji when you need it. And by bringing it in when you'll need it, you'll be able to see the benefit of your circumstance right here and right now when there is an environmental circumstance beyond your brain. Out in the world, sitting in traffic, sitting in the grocery store, having a problem with a contract, having your kids misbehave, whatever the scenario may be, and you'll be able to drop in the emoji that you need at the moment, the expression that you have evolved in your conscious mind, ever deepening. Because what happens is when we pay attention to the energies of the day on the respective energies of the day, I'm repeating myself, you'll hear there's probably every single 13-day video that I share with you, is when you start paying attention to the synchronicities based upon the energy of the day, it anchors it even more. I remember last time I was last 13 days, we were in World Bridger. This was the energy of last time. And no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I wanted to control the outcome, I couldn't control being able to broadcast to you live on Facebook because my bandwidth kept shutting me down. It was raining outside. I live in the woods and the satellites weren't in the moon wasn't in the 7th house and Jupiter wasn't aligned with Mars or whatever the case may be. But I had to surrender, and that's what World Bridger is, which was our last cycle. And I had to surrender to the circumstance. So whenever and that's just a nugget of the practical application, when you start paying attention to the emojis, and next time you find yourself in a condition where, oh my goodness, I need to let go of this circumstance because I have no control over it. There's nothing I can do about it. Breathe. You can drop in this emoji because you anchored it into your brain to be able to shift your consciousness right at the moment and chill out and be able to ground your energy to be able to make the right decisions because you're not hung up in woulda, shoulda, coulda, and you'll be able to see in different lights. By the way, seeing in different lights happens to be the eagle. Let me see. I want to show you. Let me see if I can grab this for you. Remember, this is stream of consciousness. You get what you get. But I'm showing you how let's say you want to see things in a different light because you let go and you surrendered. When we go through the eagle 13-day cycle, we're going to start to look at visioning in a totally different way. So what did I just do with you right now? If you've been paying attention to these 13 days of enriching your life with these galactic emojis, enhancing your galactic spirit, what did we just do? We are talking about fractals. All 20 of these energies. Let me show it to you this way. There you go. Here are, and you get this on Galactic Spirit with the full activation. Let me see if I can go down because it's backwards. When we do 13 days of this energy, 13 days of this energy. Oh, I'm doing pretty good backwards. 13 days of this energy. We experience all the fractals of the whatever energy what we're in right now. So saying that a different way, and as a reminder, and you can get the fractals on the mini activations on Galactic Spirit, because we're not going to talk about them right now. We're going to talk about the numerology and, the numerology of day 1, 2, and 3. But when we're going through, let me get this right side up. When we're going through the 13 days of storm, The first day, and you can get this again, the first day is storm of storm. The second day is sun of storm. So we're still going through the 13 days of evolving our consciousness with storm. And we are going to talk, today's lesson is a review of what we're doing now and learning the fractals of them, but we're going to be talking about the different numbers as we are moving up our ascension to storm to anchor storm into our consciousness, to anchor the fact that we can break down and break through, reveal our inner truths. Every day we're getting better and better at doing it. So by the end of the 13th day, we are more masterful at anchoring our inner truth is because storm energy helped us. And looking at the storm glyph every day, we're really getting it into our consciousness. So we will have it on demand whenever we are faced with a breakdown, in whatever capacity that is, whatever extreme situation it is. And I'm going to tell you a story a little bit later about a breakthrough that I had several storms ago that was very transformational in my life, and you'll see how it applies to you. But just as a review, we're talking about fractals, micro and macro energies. Don't worry, I always come back. I'm a Gemini, and there's a lot of content here. And if you get just one nugget in addition to anchoring the storm energies from the meditation we're going to do, then all of this, I promise, is going to come together for you. So here we are in the storm energy. And remember, you can get the fractals of the other emojis, of the other energies of Galactic Spirit on galacticspirit.com. So the second day is, let me show you how this works, is sun in storm. We just finished the storm cycle, the 13-day cycle, a few cycles ago. Storm is all about enlightening connection. It's all about tapping into your galactic source. Day number 3 is dragon, and we're going to talk about this in a minute as one of the energies of storm. So day number 3 is a fractal of storm. And remember, just as a reminder, when we did go through dragon is all about reinvention. It's defining your destiny. It's making commitments to where you want to go in this next cycle of time. So guess what, everybody? As we go through storm on the third day of our ascending, getting good at ascending our ability for self-reinvention, we have another opportunity, micro, in the macro, to revisit reinventing ourselves, redetermining where we want to go within revealing our truths. You see that? It's very exciting. And just as a little as a little teaser, we're not going to review all of these micro fractals going around the wheel at this time, because you can get them on galacticspirit.com, especially in the mini activations page. There's a video there for you, but I did want to give you a little tip in the meantime. Every eighth day of our ascension into whatever emoji we are in. Where are we now? We are in storm, and we're going around day number 1, day number 2, day number 3, getting better and better at revealing our inner truths. Every day 8, by the way, is the same emoji, the same archetype. I'm giving you different words for the same thing. The same transformational energy of the 13-day cycle that we had previously. Let me say that another way. Right now on day number 8, in storm, the fractal of storm is World Bridger, which was the 13-day energy that we previously went up the wheel. So it gives us insight into how did we do in the last cycle, and it reminds us that we can have another look at and deepen our relationship with the two of them working together. Does that make sense? Here it is in application. So remember how I said at the top, what are we going to, what's our purpose? To anchor in bringing down these energies when we need them, when external circumstances mess with our inner peace, because inner peace is an inside job. That's what Galactic Spirit does. It puts you in a place of making conscious choices to live in a place of inner peace and to fulfill all your birthrights by being able to manifest them and be a magician. That's another energy. That's another one of our 20 birthrights. To be able, let me show it to you. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Where's the monkey? Where are they? They're hiding. Here's the monkey. Magic, play, and joy. How you can actually shift your future. And this is what we're going to do in our meditation, to be able to shift your future into manifesting. So as you go around the wheel with our 20 days, you get better and better at anchoring all these energies around the wheel, so you can, when you can pull on them as you need them to manifest whatever it is that you want to accomplish in your life from an inner place. This is inner workings, an inner place of higher spiritual consciousness, in order to live the life of your dreams, to fulfill your birthright, which is the purpose of Galactic Spirit. So going back to where we were, where we are in this cycle right now, breaking down to breakthrough, and we're going to really detail what storm means in a minute. On the 8th day, here was the little fractal. Last cycle was World Bridger. There we had the bigger card for the cycle, the macro card for the 12 days, the micro card for the daily energy. Get them on galacticspirit.com. They're yours for free. Go ahead and get them. You get to anchor your ultimate surrender with galactic alignment to release self-sabotage, to release karma. Remember, that's what we did last time. So Storm will say to you, am I free of my self-sabotage, releasing baggage, surrendering to my external forces, because I cannot control the line at the grocery store. I cannot control the fact that I lost a contract, the fact that my plant died that I've been nurturing. I have one that I've been loving and nurturing, and I don't know, maybe it's run its course. We have to surrender to that. We have no control over that, because what inner truth is going to be revealed with your self-reinvention, by breaking down and breaking through, by letting go in order for that breakdown to happen. Does that make sense? This is how all of the macros and the micros work together. Macro is the 13-day cycle. The micros are the daily energies. Let me show you that again. 13 days. 13-day cycles And here's all the fractals of all of the energies that we lock into, and we practice for 13 days. But when they come up on a daily basis, they can anchor the energy of the cycle that we are in even deeper. Here you go. So let's talk about the energy of this 13 day. What does storm do for us? Storm is a catalyst of change. Let's look at this beautiful real life metaphor. What happens when we see a storm coming? Let's say we have the good fortune to be sitting on a mountaintop or on a deck or on a beach or in the woods or wherever we happen to be with a clear vista of the magnificent sky. And we can see that storm rolling in. That's a pattern. The clouds are ever-changing patterns. Remember last time when we talked about the patterns in the water, when we did our meditation? The patterns of in the water. What patterns do we like about ourselves? What patterns do we not like about ourselves? And what patterns can we recognize in the time of change to say we do not like? That's revealing an inner truth, isn't it? And how can we, here's the metaphor, watch those patterns coming in with the storm, darker and darker and darker, the veil of darkness. And all of a sudden, there's a crash of lightning. Light travels faster than sound, doesn't it? Look how we're paying attention to our senses. I'm giving you a huge nugget here. Galactic Spirit is paying attention to how you feel the senses in your body. By the way, I have goosebumps now. All my little pixels in my body, all my cells are now magnetized and raised to the surface. The lightning strikes. We see it through our periphery. What magic can be revealed by seeing through our periphery when the lightning strikes? There's a beautiful metaphor. And what is lightning all about? It's all about the metaphor for enlightenment. And then, because sound travels slower than light, speed of light, it's all science. This is all quantum science, everybody. You're getting so many nuggets here based upon storm. Look at the lessons that storm's reminding us about. We know this, but it's reminding us. It's giving us a remembrance. Lightning, so in the sound, if the light didn't wake us up, the sound, that big crashing noise says, wake up. It gives us two opportunities to wake up for self-invention, to reveal those inner truths, to see those patterns that we don't like, to reinvent ourselves as the catalyst for change and transformation. Breathe. And we have a chance to look at it. What is it that we don't like about ourselves that maybe we did not release in that last cycle? Look how the cycles work together. We always have another chance. And with every chance for change, understanding what the emoji is of that cycle, that emoji that the Galactic and ancient Mayans gave to us carved in stone, that we can bring into our consciousness now to fulfill our birthrights and to live the life, our dreams, according to the magnificent indigenous prophecy, which is now coming to pass. We're in that big 52,000-year-old cycle where our planet is transforming. into shifting our DNA. All that dead space that the scientists, the old scientists are saying to us, that's dead DNA, that is not, that is just there hanging around. No, that DNA is to be enlightened. Nugget. We all know about cells. We all know about the atoms. We all know about the microparticles, the neutrons and the photons and whatever. And what is the stuff that we cannot see that can only be measured by wave patterns? Not matter. We are matter. A desk is matter. That can only be measured as energy. What did Einstein say? Energy can be transformed. And this is what we're doing when we're paying attention to the energy of the day on the energy of the day, and we're paying attention to the cycles, because with our minds, with the electric in our minds are electric, our body is magnetic, electromagnetic. We are electromagnetic beings. Why do you think I had those goosebumps when I shared that revelation with you a few minutes ago? We are taking our electromagnetic field, activating our minds with elevated emotion to say, wow, that light, that beautiful lightning caught my eye. What patterns do I need to have a look at? And oh, I'm not really paying attention. So the thunder's going to hit you again to say, wow, what are those patterns that I want to break down, that I want to identify, that I want to see that's going to be revealed to truth in order for me to be a catalyst of change and to anchor this emoji into my consciousness. So whenever I am in a situation in my environment that is twisting me up, that my environment is taking over my mental faculties of inner peace, my mind can say, oh, what is my galactic spirit energy of it, so I can drop into whatever energy I need at the moment that is appropriate for the circumstance that's happening now, where I can reinvent myself. I just told you the same thing in 12 different ways through the brilliant emoji, the expression, the graphic symbol, the graphic expression of change. And by the way, why did I call these emojis? A lot of people call them glyphs. The traditionalists call them glyphs. And you know, glyphs are symbols that have been left by all indigenous people, the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Greek, the ancient Mayans. You can go on a hike in Native American lands, and you can find glyphs written on the caves. I've seen them with my own eyes, also in Egypt and in Greece and where else? These emojis are the expressions of the people at the time to give us secrets that we can unlock for ourselves. An emoji. How many of you are familiar with emojis? Emojis. Smiley face, sad face, curious face. These are our galactic emojis of our birthrights that can transform our lives. So let's take storm and let's start focusing on inner truth. What does that look like for us? How do we want to take those 13 days, drop into your body? I forgot to go through the 13 days with you. How long have we been recording? 29 minutes. Okay, mini meditation, and then we'll go into those 13 energies of transformation, and we'll do a big one. We'll do a bigger one of how the 13 days work, because I want to give you that lesson. But for now, just drop in. Take a deep breath. Feel your body as a magnet of transformation. Anything you want with the greater good of everyone who's involved, and your ripple in the pond for everyone synchronistically on the planet at this time and always. We're feeling the magnetic energy of our body, knowing that we can magnetize whatever we want to accomplish, whatever our truths are, from the information field, from the intergalactic quantum source of everything that exists. And with the power of our electric brain, thoughts are thoughts are electric. You can even visualize the neural pathways in your brain, reinventing yourself. See the little storms going on. See the lightning through these neurons in your brain, moving through your body, creating an intentional electromagnetic field, pulsing, setting your intentions out into the galactic information field for wellness and transformation, breaking down to break through, revealing inner truths. Bring that emoji into your consciousness. Have a look. Open your eyes. And really anchor Storm's image into your consciousness. So whenever you are in an external environment that you are reacting to, as compared to going into your auric field, your electromagnetic field, and say, no, I am not going to let anything affect my inner peace and how I want to live my life in the world. So circumstance beyond your control, you are not in the effect of it. There is no cause and effect. Your mind, your galactic spirit, your heart, and your pineal gland holding space for your electromagnetic field with love and electric intention, is saying, no, I am my effect, not the cause and effect of your external world. The cause and effect of my internal world is disciplined and galactic and consciously evolved to transcend whatever external circumstances happening, so I can experience it with a state of bliss and grace and groundedness. And that way you can make better judgment anyway and not be reactive and make bad decisions. The decision that you will make is specific to your galactic spirit, which is in your highest good, as compared to your self-sabotaging mind, which you surrendered last 13 days. Fractals. Every single energy of these 20 galactic birthrights, and you can get them on galacticspirit.com. Go ahead and get them. There's a page called 20 Birthrights with these little snapshots of what the snapshot of the energy is and what it's for. As well as, this is what I wanted to do today, drop in, make sure you're holding the energy of Storm of what all these days mean as we move up every 13 days. Day 1 has a different energy than day 2. Day 3 is different, and each one builds upon each other. So at the end of the cycle of storm, or whichever series of 13 days, the series of 13 days of the 20 galactic birthrights that we're going through, you have a deeper understanding because you have transformed your consciousness based upon the cycle that we are in. Let me show you that in a different way. Remember, there's all the fractals. You know, there's all the daily fractals. Go get them on galacticspirit.com. But think in terms of the multi-dimensionality of this. And why am I discussing this with you today? Because we are multi-dimensional beings. And our objective is to be a multi-dimensional being in wholeness, to be able to balance our physical world, to be able to balance our mental world, our emotional world, and our spiritual world. And here's the thing, we are not dead, we're alive, we're embodied. And yes, it's wonderful to evolve our consciousness and evolve our beingness of light, which is our objective, because that is what's going to be that's what's going to give us greater perspective on our emotion, one dimension, on our mental faculties, and our physicality, and our physicality of being awakened and living heaven on earth. That's our physicality. So so why is it important to think about our lives in multi-dimensions? Because that is our journey into wholeness. So let's go up this ascension wheel with Storm, holding the little meditation, because isn't our physicality a place where we can live in conscious meditation? That's how you holistically blend all these energies together. How you blend all these dimensions. Your spiritual mind holds our galactic spirit as we are doing what we're doing. So maybe the mini meditation that I jumped into before I shared this with you was an exercise in understanding that we are in living meditation all the time. You don't need to go into your dark room, get your candles going, get your aromatherapy diffusers going, get your bells going, get your whatever incense going, whatever gets you in the mood to sit down to do a meditation. We are in a meditation all the time because that's what it means to live in 5D. That's what it means to live in fifth dimensional consciousness. That is what's going to reveal circumstance when the light of the storm, the lightning of the storm catches your eye from a periphery. Oh, you're not sitting here in meditation, but some circumstance is going to catch your eye from a perspective, or you're going to hear something. Look at all these auditory. You're going to feel something in your physicality that, because you're living in 5D, that's going to show you all these influences at the same time. By the way, I'm streaming. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. I mean, I have a plan, but I don't know the circumstance that's going to be able to drop in. That's going to show you how to be able to live on heaven and earth. And every one of these 13-day journeys that I'm sharing with you, the 20 of them are going to provide information downloaded that my galactic spirit is downloading at the time that you're supposed to getting it, even though I do have a plan. So you're getting to know me a little bit. I'm Jamie Lynn, by the way. I forgot to introduce myself. Galactic Spirit, my galactic signature. Everybody has one of 260 micro fractals of who you are. Everybody's got one. You can go to galacticspirit.com and find out specifically what yours is. That's your innate energy. But the whole objective is we are exploring all of them because we are all stepping into wholeness, and we're getting better and better at being who we are, which is the place of conscious evolution. That's the place of where we are going into our consciousness. So what are these energies? Of storm, of every 13-day cycle as we are moving up transcendence every 13 days to get better and better at understanding the energy that we are in right now. We are getting better and better at the 13 days right now of self-reinvention. So our senses can be a catalyst for change as something catches our eye, lightning, thunder, as something catches our ears in thunder, something makes us goosebumpy, or inner knowing or inner feeling, or any of our clairaudience, clairsentience, any of our clair senses that bring us into our awareness, living heaven on earth, being in fifth dimension right now. Day number 1 of 13, is all about magnetizing the energy of our bodies. Remember I told you, so how do we magnetize storm? How do we magnetize the electromagnet, and keeping in mind that day number 3, just so you know, is electric. So we're going to combine electromagnetic as we're moving up this channel. Day number 2 is all about day number 2, see the 2 dots? We had 1 dot on the first day. So when you see these glyphs, you'll know what we're talking about. Day number 2 is finding your superpower. What is your superpower? Your superpower is overcoming duality. 1, 2, 1, 2. The devil on one side, the angel on the other. Where is it? Where are you coming into focus? How are you moving from a place of separation and moving into oneness? That's what day number 2 is about. Day number 3 is called electric. What is electric? We talked about this. Electric is the brain. Your brain and no, not your brain. Your brain is a physical thing. Your mind is the mental faculties. Your mind is the mental electricity that makes those neural pathways not only get activated in our brain, that illuminates our consciousness, that lights up our frontal lobe when we elevate our emotions and we really anchor the experience into our consciousness. That's what day number 3 is, to bring those energies into our body. Day number 1 that we're anchoring with day number 2, overcoming. We do not have a mind, we do not have a body, we have both. We have both an electromagnetic field. So by the time you get to day number 4, guess what? You are now a vessel of quantum synergy. You have combined your electromagnetic frequencies where you can formulate where you want to go. We're using the 13-day cycle here. All of these cycles are the same, but we're in storm right now. So we can formulate and really anchor our electromagnetic capabilities and our auric field with the galactic field, the information source, the quantum source that all what we exist, to be able to start anchoring in our ability to self-reinvent ourselves. And we're only on day 4 now. So look, we have all this to go. And every day is a different energy with its fractal, with its fractalized emoji that is going to deepen our experience as we move up the channel. Day number 5, as we're going up the ascension wheel, look how the energy, look how the graphic changed. It's now a bar. Every time you see a bar, it's 5. Every time you see a dot, it is 1. Moving ahead, just so you see this, we'll come back here, but look at a bar and a dot. So now we're at 6. Okay. All right, so here we go. What's the day of 5? 5 is all about radiance and empowering, trusting the fact that you've built your electromagnetic body, trusting the fact that you are now attached to the information, the galactic field, whenever you want to, and that you are empowered consciousness. What does empower mean? Empower means is emotional power. Empower, embodied power, elevated emotional, emotional power, that you are trusting your consciousness, that you are the supreme manifester of your birthrights. That's what day number 5 is about. So as you're connected to the quantum field, your electromagnetic auric field, you are connected to seeing your inner truths. You're trusting it and empowering the capability to continue moving up that cycle of transformation. Day number 6, 1 dot and 1 bar, you're fractalizing your vibration. What does that mean? You're organizing, you're balancing. You are equal to the informational field that exists. You are tapping into your Akashic records, if you want to use that language. You can tap into your mediumship. That's another one of your birthrights, by the way. We've already talked about it. To have insight into what your inner truths are. Day number 7. Resonant truth and authenticity. How are you being a channel for that receptivity? And how do you use your own inspiration to start inspiring others out into the world? Now, have a look at this. When we first started this journey up the chart, here, this is all about us. We're starting to move into them. Me and we. Because when we are evolving into we, not only are we enhancing ourselves as individuals, our unity, our wholeness is going out into the whole galactic field to help everybody have the wind at their sails in order to support everybody's global evolution. And that's where we start on day number 7, through not only us being inspired, but us being able to inspire others. Day number 8, harmonize, being a model, starting to pulse our integrity of our inner truth out into the world. And remember, what did I tell you a little bit earlier today? Day number 8 in every single cycle, here's the macro. Day number 8 is the micro energy of the cycle before. And traditionally, day number 8 is called Galactic. What does galactic mean? All-encompassing universal wholeness. This work is brilliant. It's brilliant. I just love sharing it with you. I love it when you see transformations. I love it when I see transformations. Let me tell you a quick story before we finish. before we finish the last series of days, because I think this is important to show you how this works. A couple storms cycles ago, I happen to live where there's hurricanes, and you know, there was a person in my life who every time I had an encounter with them, I would get all twisted up inside. Okay, so look at this. This other person, the way they influenced me was an external force, right? That twisted up my brain. External force. I did not have the mental faculties. My electrical brain would twist up my magnetic body every time that I would engage with this person. And there's a hurricane coming, so it was super obvious. Usually subtle. You know, usually Galactic Spirit is a little bit more subtle. But it's like, wow, the storm's coming in, and this person pissed me off for the last time. And I didn't get it the cycle before that I had to release my suffering from being in relationship with this person because I was self-sabotaging myself. And on day number 8, how synchronistic and how transformational that is, because on day number 8, remember I told you, why am I repeating myself? Because you're going to get it. Every 13-day cycle on day number 8 is a micro fractal of the one that you had before, which gives you an opportunity to look at both of them simultaneously. And every time you look at the fractals within these energies, yes, you can look at things from a different way. But since you just had the 13 days before, it's fresher. And maybe you didn't get it as well as you thought that you did. Day number 8 of storm, I said, I got to let this person out of my consciousness, no matter how painful it was and how painful it took to get over it, because this person was really influential in my life, but not in a positive way, in a toxic way, that I had the courageous determination because I had experienced warrior before, a micro energy in the 20 wheels. With courageous determination, the only way that I was going to break down, to break through, oh, I'm so sad, to make this conscious decision to let this person go in my life, because it was full of suffering. This is how this works. And the more you pay attention to the synchronicities that's happening in your life, the more powerful that each of these 260 galactic icons, these galactic glyphs, these galactic emojis, these symbols of your inner transformation and your evolving consciousness will impact your life. Day number 9. Day number 9 is intentional heart coherence with emotion. What did we say? Emotion. We said empowerment, emotion. What is that? What is the EM about? Elevated emotion, activating your heart chakra to set into motion your conscious ability and set your emotional ability to step it out into the world, into not only reinventing yourself, not only having those breakthroughs for yourself, but beaming your consciousness, just by example, being able to have other people say, I want what she's having. By beaming your radiance out into the world with emotional heart coherence and being intentional about it. Day number 9, 4 dots and 1 bar. Intentionally bringing it back, because what happens when you put something out there? It comes back to you fivefold. The more you express love, the more love comes into your consciousness. Day number 10, it's 2 bars, right? Manifestation. We're perfecting our abilities. I'm manifesting the breakthrough of something magical coming into me because I've let go of things that were blocking my path. What happens after a storm? And the rain has washed everything away. The ground and the earth is sparkling. The air smells new. The air smells fresh, doesn't it? You're manifesting and perfecting and producing what it is that you want for self-reinvention. Day number 11. Let it go. We're dissolving into wholeness. Step into that place again. How are we living 5th dimensionally, being in meditation, while we're 3-dimensionally experiencing our physicality, when we're experiencing in our world? How, when we liberate ourselves from having to go into meditation and set time for it, we can be practicing all the time. That's what living in 5th dimension means. Liberating, dissolving into our inner truth and releasing the fact that there's separation, day number 2, between our mental body, our physical body, our emotional body, and our spiritual body. We're dissolving, day number 12, into wholeness. Breathe into that. Breathe into that in a 36-dimensional way. We've talked about this before in meditation. See our consciousness as a 360-degree sphere of influence. It's not really 5D. It's 360 degrees all around us. Day number 12. We are almost at the top of this 13-day cycle of storm, of self-reinvention, cracking open our awareness with our senses, with light, with sound, with all the clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, to crystallize ourselves, day number 12, and to cooperate with everybody else. How are they self-reinventing? How are we globally transforming and breaking through our conscious awareness and the support of everybody else? Remember, the more we are all galactically and quantumly synced with each other in the information field, the more that's going to drop into us personally. The more we will be able to magnetize all of the manifestation that we want into our bodies and into our personal experience. Because we're all in the same. We are all fractals of the whole. We're all fractals of galactic consciousness. Day number 13, the 13th day of our storm journey, the 13th day of any of our 13 days of our 20 galactic birthrights, is the day of transcendence. It's the day of our conscious presence. It's the day that we can say that we have really anchored and transformed our ability to look at our external worlds and through our senses to acknowledge the fact that you might be having a breakdown because of any external force that is influencing your mind, because that's the only thing you have control over. Oh my God, I am having a breakdown because of blah de blah. But because you've already traveled up the cycle of transcendence, if you bring the fact that you're having a breakdown, whatever that means to you, in your consciousness, you can immediately bring this emoji, the emoji of storm, the expression of storm, and all its magnificent attributes that you have synchronistically evolved and anchored into your consciousness because you've been paying attention what storm means as you're experiencing your third dimensional world, as you're experiencing your mental world, as you're experiencing your physical world. I think I already said that. As you're experiencing your emotional and your spiritual world, you'll be able to come into that 13th day and say, wow, look at everything that I've learned and how I've anchored those energies in your body. Feel it. Breathe that in. I am transcending. Look at that affirmation, that I am affirmation. I am capable of transcending any external circumstance. I am able to break through any patterns of behaviors or self-sabotage in order to reveal the inner truth. What is the inner truth? It's you are a being of light who can reinvent yourself at a moment's notice. All you have to do is shift your consciousness. That's all you have to do. Breathe into that. Let's talk about the next 13 days for a second. And I talk about this every single time we get together. But we're going to do 13 days of it next cycle. Human. The human emoji, the human expression is free will. And how are you taking compassionate action out into the world? But the most important aspect of human is, are you willing to change? Are you willing during this cycle, see how they work together? Are you willing this cycle to reveal your inner truth and to reinvent yourself? And to look at the daily energies. These are totally out of order. Get them in order on galacticspirit.com. And they're upside down because they're slippery. But every day, are you going to look at the fractals of energy? Are you going to look at the fractals of the daily energies as you're going around the wheel, as you're experiencing your 13 days of transformation? Huge lesson today. What did we do? Let's recap. We talked about breaking down to breakthrough and the emoji, the expression of revealing your inner truths by using your senses and learning how the 13 days influence you within the fractals of the micro emojis in the macro. Big galactic love to you. Have a great 13 days of transforming yourself. And we will see you on the flip-flop for our galactic, ever-expanding ability of free will, compassionate action. And yes, you are willing to see whatever obstacles come in your way. Where's Warrior again? Warrior, here we go. You'll be able to take your inner warrior and say, no, I want to be willing to take compassionate action to be a galactic spirit, to evolve my consciousness, to be that beacon of hope and beacon of light while you are manifesting all your dreams.